Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As we start the PowerPoint presentation, I would like to say a few words about In-Vessel Compost Equipment Company, ICE. ICE is a technology company. The equipment design, technology, and methodology are based on the Lockheed Aircraft and Westinghouse Electric compost technologies. The plant will be the first USDA-inspected compost facility. The engineering of the equipment is complete, and 4 separate patents have been issued. Our current emphasis is on reviewing joint venture projects nationally and internationally. We will build a showcase compost plant. The plant will be a turnkey operation, which includes the building, installation of the equipment, and personnel training. We also do the initial marketing and sales of the compost products. In-vessel composting equipment is simply a means to an end. The important subject is the health of the soil, upon which the health of our families depends. The soil must be kept in good health if the animal is to be kept in good health. The same is true of man. Soil science is the foundation of protective medicine, the medicine of tomorrow. Scientists at the USDA, US EPA, and all universities know that we must regain and sustain the health of our soil. The soil must be our first priority. Failing this, nothing else we do really matters. The Earth's population is coming up against the limits of the Earth's ability to provide for us. We have used Earth's resources as if the planet were a bottomless pit. The most significant indirect benefit that, in principle, healthy soil could offer is mitigating climate change or global warming by providing a means of better carbon sequestration. The number one problem in the world is organic waste materials. Time is not on our side. The global population increased to 3 billion in 1960. By the year 2000, that total had doubled to 6 billion. And by the year 2025, the world population is projected to reach 10 billion. As the Earth's population increases, the demand for fresh water grows more intense. Because the supply of fresh water is clearly limited, it has been suggested that the increasing demand for water will form the basis for future international conflicts. And what about our food supply? China's water shortage could be a threat to the world's food security. An abrupt decline in the supply of irrigation water to China's farmers has aroused growing concern throughout the world. Government officials worldwide are starting to recognize that water and food shortages could pose even greater threats to human security in this century than the ideological threats that had preoccupied them during the Cold War. The farmers in the United States lose soil at the rate of 10 times its rate of replenishment. The U.S. loses 2 billion tons of topsoil per year to erosion, reports USDA, at a cost of $40 billion. Evidence has proven that we must return organic materials and nutrients to our soil in order to grow enough nutritional foods for the world. In-Vessel Compost Equipment is a new startup technology company and has the scientific, engineering, marketing, and executive personnel to be successful. At our Camino, California office, we have an extensive library which contains our research data and books or articles written on agriculture and composting, books on compost engineering, and food as medicine and nutrition. CD collection from Acres, USA. Highlights: how to grow the best food possible, food nutrient density, taste and shelf life, organic, biological, and holistic farming, research material of food is medicine, Medicine is Food from 400. This AutoCAD includes a vegetable garden in the rear, fruit and nut orchards in the front. We will demonstrate to visitors the link between human health and soil health. Quote, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food," unquote, stated Hippocrates in 400 BC. Hippocrates changed the medicine profession from mysticism and religion to a science. For this, he is called the father of medicine. He placed his emphasis on diet, exercise, sunshine, and water. Hippocrates' writings name over 400 healing plants. After Hippocrates came Aristotle, whose scientific work included a catalog that listed the various medicinal herbs. Theophrastus, a pupil of Aristotle, was a botanist whose inquiry into plants was to influence both botany and medicine for centuries. In the 1st century AD, Greece produced the forerunner of all modern publications containing formulas and methods for making medicines and the authoritative text on botanical medicine for over 1,000 years. Fruits and vegetables grown in the greenhouse, along with other products on the property, will be offered in the public cafeteria as demonstration of the nutrient value of the foods. The refractometer, a simple instrument, will be utilized to measure the nutritional content of the fruits and vegetables. It works on the principle of light bending when it passes from air into water, due to dissolved sugars, minerals, and other nutrients in fruit and vegetable juices. They are denser than water and bend light more. The amount light bends is measured in degrees, brix, B-R-I-X. There are values of degrees brix for each fruit and vegetable ranging from poor to excellent. The excellent level generally gives the plant immunity to disease and insects and creates health in animals and people. These plants also have increased frost resistance and improved storability because they will dehydrate rather than rot. High brix equals high nutrient density and high ORAC, O-R-A-C, oxygen radical absorption capacity. Food Sources in 2007, scientists with the United States Department of Agriculture published an updated list of ORAC values for 277 foods commonly consumed by the U.S. These values are considered to be more accurate than previously published ORAC numbers. Over the past 20 years, scientists have been able to demonstrate a common link among the various chronic diseases that currently plague people in the United States. For example, conditions such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular disease, and cataracts, as well as the actual aging process itself, may be, in part, caused by a phenomenon known as oxidative or free radical. The receiving processing building is divided into 2 rooms. For odor control, the receiving section is equipped with a compost biofilter. The processing building is where feedstocks are ground, pulverized, and mixed. The compost building will house all the digester cells and the conveyor grinder equipment. The packaging and warehouse building will house compost and worm casting tea equipment, compost briquette equipment, packaging equipment, and provide storage for finished compost products. The The shredder is a large hammer mill which has the capability to reduce material as large as 9 inches in diameter into 3-inch shredded material. The additive tank supplies liquid to the material in the mixing drum to maintain the required moisture content as well as the formulated additives. The patented mixing drum is 35 The first 3 digesters are in operation. The red arrows show the direction of the material flow. The blue shaded area on top of digester 1 indicates a 2-foot extension. Our research revealed that compost shrinks approximately 25% in the first day. All cells are the same size. This slide shows the center composting digesters in operation. The plant is designed so that the individual pieces of equipment can be removed readily from any segment of the plant and replaced with in-stock equipment or repaired in place without shutting down the production. This slide shows the curing digesters in operation. The curing process is an important and integral part of the process. These 3 curing days will ensure a mature and stable compost product. Stabilization is important for stored product. All 9 digester cells are operating, including bucket conveyors and grinders. In a plant with more than 1 line, the bucket conveyors and grinders will be moved from one line to another via a specially designed rail system. In the composting building, there are the number of digester cells required to produce the required tonnage and only 3 bucket conveyors and 2 grinders. The mixing manifold allows us to formulate special amendments which will be sprayed onto the compostable mass. The carbon dioxide gas can also be utilized in new innovative technologies which produce mineral carbonates that are safe for the environment and which possesses significant commercial value. Greenhouse algae oil, could be the fuel of the future. Sophisticated algae research continues. The potential of greenhouse algae is endless. The compost briquette equipment, the compost tea and worm casting tea equipment are specially designed and are patented. Since the market for compost is seasonal, spring and fall, large quantities of compost will be warehoused for future sales. Glacial silt has been proven to provide mineral enhancement to soils. Research has shown that the nutritional value of food grown on silt-enhanced soil is very high. For example, before the Nile River Dam was completed, it delivered several million tons of nutrient silt to its valley, which helped sustain the fertility of the soil. Dams in the United States and around the world The environment in the digesters and the composting building will be computer controlled. Special wireless